Welcome to Smart Remarks, where the men are men and the women are women, and that's true whether they're in the workplace or the kitchen or anywhere else for that matter. Poor Megyn Kelly. The blonde Fox News anchor got all bent out of shape last week during a segment with fellow Fox News contributor Eric Erickson, whose views on women resembled those of a caveman. Erickson was one of several male Fox News personalities to lament the new report showing that mothers are now the primary or sole breadwinners in 40% of American households with kids. Erickson said it was natural for men to take the dominant role. Too much information. And having mom as the primary breadwinner is bad for kids. It's bad for marriage. Quote, it's tearing us apart. In other words, women get back in the kitchen. So a couple days later, Kelly rips into Erickson over this, and it was good theater, but I thought to myself, does she watch her own network? Does she pay attention to the conservative movement it so lovingly covers? Because if she did, she'd realize that this me man, you woman attitude is hardly an isolated thing. This past week, you had Mississippi's Republican governor saying that America has become so mediocre because, quote, both parents started working and mom's in the workplace instead of being in the kitchen where she belongs. And conservative radio host Brian Fisher said that, quote, from a biblical standpoint, it's very clear that men are designed to be the breadwinners for their families. That's the way God set it up. Because, see, God wants women in the kitchen too. Now, okay, not all conservatives are like this, obviously, but there persists this view that the rise of women in the workplace is a factor in both America's economic decline and its moral decline, that school shootings and every other societal ill can be traced back to the day that mom hung up her apron and went to work. I obviously don't agree with this, but you might be surprised to know that I remain a bit of a cultural conservative. I do believe that kids are better off in the care of a parent than in the care of someone who's being paid to care for them. But why does it naturally follow that that parent has to be mom? If you believe a parent should stay at home with the child, if you believe a parent should sacrifice on behalf of the child, which is the most noble thing a parent can do, why does it naturally follow that that parent should be mom? It should be mom who sacrifices her career. It should be mom who sacrifices her aspirations. Why can't it be dad? Why shouldn't it be dad? Sure, traditionally moms have stayed at home with the kids, but the American economy and the American workplace have changed drastically, and frankly now it makes a lot more sense to say, look, whose earning potential is greater? Who has the greater aspirations? Who really wants to go to work? Who can earn more money? And if it's mom instead of dad, it should be mom going to work, and dad can stay at home with the kids. And listen up, Republicans. There's nothing effeminate or emasculating about that at all. Society has changed drastically since the June Cleaver days, and it will continue to change, and our focus ought to be on what's best for families as a whole rather than what's best for the traditional male patriarchy. Traditions may exist for a reason, but those reasons have evolved and changed over the years. But we see that not everything has evolved. And who knew? Neanderthals still exist.